Hi guys, gals, welcome to our channel on questions and answers to immigration to Canada. Well, this time I promised to talk about the first car, about the lease. So we will have a separate discussion of the first Newcomers car. This time let us talk about lease or versus buy. Again, my personal opinion, right? I don't try to impose it on anyone. Everything I would say is strictly my own view of the situation, but as I always emphasize, I don't like a situation when you're coming to Canada with a chunk of money, probably around 15, 20 grand, maybe more, maybe less, and you start wasting those money, okay? Everybody makes mistakes. You would have your own mistakes when you arrive to Canada, but as much as I could, I will try to warn you. So as soon as you arrive, please do not buy the stuff that you could get an expensive car for $300, $400, $500, $600 per month. Okay, in fact, those $300, $400, $500, or God forbid $700, $800 per month, it's a lot. Okay, you don't have your first job, or you got your survival job. So say your family is making about $5,000, $6,000 per month, provided that both of you are working. So you're making about $2,500 to $3,000 each. Look, 10-20% out of that, wasting it on a new car, probably is not worth it. Besides, you shouldn't forget that you would be paying a hefty price for insurance. We're talking about Ontario, well, pretty much talking about any province or territory in Canada. Insurance would cost you a lot, right? You're lucky if it is $100. You're not so lucky if it's $200, $300, $400 a month, right? Depends on where you live, which province, which city, or which township. Now, if you're looking for the first car, as I said, we will have this discussion later on, but probably used Corolla would cost you something around 4,000 Canadian dollars, right? Just buying it up. Well, plus taxes maybe, or again, plus minus. Now, all in all, that is more than enough for you for the first couple of years. Even for 3-4 years, that would be more than enough. Instead of just going and getting something new or getting a used car lease. Besides, used car lease is one of the stupidest things which you could just buy in the first years, not just months, first years in Canada. Again, if you're lucky enough, if you're making, say, $10,000 per month, well, taking a car in a lease would have its own advantages, because you could deduct it from your taxes, you could get something bigger that you could afford, or larger than you can afford, say if you got a bigger family. It's very convenient if you want to ride a new car every several years, so you're driving a new model. It's serviced by a manufacturer, but again, if we're in the first months, forget about it, for God's sake, right? There would be lots and lots of people who would try to sell you the idea of leasing a car. Don't do this. Again, don't buy it for a few $1,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. You can buy yourself a pretty decent car, very reliable, very sturdy, and just don't go for it. Again, my personal opinion, but well, as I promised, I just told it. Got questions? Want to discuss something? At the end of the video, you got our contacts.